Hello, I'd like to share my solution to this hackerrank problem called nested list. This one is going to be a little bit harder to do in a red-green refactor kind of way because input is multiline and output is multiline. So the assert statement will have to include files that you can download by download here. I'll just read it. Given the names and grades for each student in a class of n students, store them in a nested list and print the name of any students having the second lowest grade. Note, if there are multiple students with the second lowest grade, order their names alphabetically and print each name on a new line. For example, records, name, score. Okay. The ordered list of scores is 20 and 50. Right. So the second lowest score is 50. Yeah. And so there are two students with score 50. Beta and alpha. Ordered alphabetically, the names are printed as alpha beta, because A comes before B. Okay. The first line contains an integer n, the number of students. The 2 times n subsequent lines describe each student. The first line contains name, the second line contains grade. Constraints: n is between 2 and 5 inclusive. There will always be one or more students having the second lowest grade. Print the names of any students having the second lowest grade. If there are multiple students, order their names alphabetically and print each one on a new line. 5 students. Okay, so the largest is 41. Second largest, 39. Okay, so the smallest is 37.2, Tina, and the second smallest is this one, which is Harry and Barry. So ordered alphabetically, B comes before H. Right. Alright, let's get started. Let's see. Alright, you'll see I have 2 extra files here. One called input 01. That's just this. You can download that here. And then yeah, the other one is the output. That's the expected, which is that. Now you make a build run script, and that's going to make it easier for us. I've already got a snippet saved, which is what hackerrank is doing. Hackerrank is doing for us. I'm only gonna need one of these. Okay, so what this says is run your Python program, pass this file in as stdin into your program, so that the input method can consume the lines, and then dump the std out into pout01. This bash if statement will run the command compare. Don't print anything to std out. The dash dash here just means stop interpreting flags, and then the name of the 2 files. This is what we expected, and that is what the program returned. If the exit code, which is defined as $question mark, if it's 0, then that means passed. Otherwise, if it's 1, meaning they're not the same, then it will hit this else statement and say failed. And I expected this, and you gave me that. Okay, so let's open up the Python file. Let's just print something to make sure we're working, which we are. Okay, so it said files are not identical. We expected Barry and Harry, but you gave us done. Well, okay, so we're going to need to consume the first input, which is a number, cast it to a number, and then we're going to be range. Name equals input, score equals input. Now we have to think about what data type we want. Well, let's just leave it as a float for now. We can run a hash map with a key on a float. Maybe that's not the best thing ever, but we can do it. Okay, so scores hash map equals instantiate. Okay, so if the key, if score is in scores hash map, then we're going to append scores hash map of score append name. Otherwise, we're going to instantiate it. So score is going to be a float. Oh wait, we have to put this in square brackets to instantiate it as a list. And if it's already, if that float is already there, then it's going to add it. So what makes this really good is that we don't have to hit hackerrank to see where we're at. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so there's the key that we were looking for and a list. Harry and Barry. Right, so get that one. Okay, well, we need to flatten it to, we need to sort it, and they need to be floats to sort. So let's just look at every key. Call it whatever. Append float key. Yeah, but then how do we? Right. Well, I need the I need the second lowest key, so I have to sort it, which means I need a list. Okay, right. So new list sort. Let's print that. There it is. And so your ascending order, second lowest is going to be from the left. Right, so second lowest equals new list of 1. Let's print that. 37.21. That's right. Well then, I just need to look up the hash map for that item. Name list equals scores HM second lowest. Now I have to think about data types here. Okay, I threw it in as floats, so we need to make sure that this is a float as well. Okay, well that's just so that I'm going to need to name list sort and then print join name list. Get rid of that. Passed. Woohoo! Nice. Okay. So recapping. Create a hash map. Get the name, get the score, cast it to float. If the score is in the hash map, I'm going to append the name to the list at key named score. Otherwise, append a new list with name in it. Create a new list. Iterate over every key in the hash map. Create a list of floats of the keys that makes it so that we can sort it, and when we sort it, we can grab the second lowest, which is positioned one from the left, and then once we know the second lowest, we can say, get me the list of names get me those list of names, and then it's going to say, well, Harry and Barry. We'll sort it and then print it. Okay, so let's run it again. Passed. Okay, let's throw that in there and see if it'll work. You gotta get an extra. Okay. Congratulations, and ta-da! Very good.